So I've had my garters for about 2 weeks now, and that's a 20 by 20 by 20 basically. I think it's 24 by 20 by 20. And I've got a Santa Cruz and two California red sides in there, Infernalis. I just fed them last night, and I thought I was getting some pictures, but it wasn't working my camera right. But there's the Santa Cruz. They all ate pinkies last night. And I just wanted to give some specs. There's 3 babies in there. They're all about that size, the same size as the Santa Cruz. And she ate a pinky and some fish, actually. So I have 2 females. She's a female, supposedly, and I got her at the reptile show. And the red side I got from a breeder, so I'm pretty sure that's a pair, a male and a female. And the male is smaller, but they're really bright. I wish they would come out. But I kind of wanted to do something on caging. I wanted to build something big for them, but I didn't know, being so small, what size to do the cage. So I found this on Craigslist, and I picked it up. I cleaned it with a bleach water solution. They're very visual. They watch. There's something else. They're really fun. I'm having a good time with them. I have Slate Floors, and I had some slate tile left over, which I'm sure you could get if you wanted to do something like this. But I've got about basically a 1 foot square piece of slate with some feet on it to keep it it's about 2 inches above the ground, and the hot spot's directly below that. And then I have, it's real easy to drill the slate. It drills with a masonry bit, and I just screwed it together with some legs and a piece of driftwood on one side. So that basking spot is about, I would say, maybe a little less than a foot from the top there, where she's laying on another piece of slate. And that's a 25 watt halogen full spectrum, so it's UVA, UVB bulb. And I really would say that that's a must for garters, because they definitely come out and bask. I didn't have it the first week, and you didn't even see them. They were just all underneath on the hot spot. And once I put the basking light, I had a bulb in there. It was an LED, but it wasn't warm. So I changed it out to halogen, and I put the little cage on it. And now they're always out underneath it. They seem to love the cover. I put a piece of moss there, and there's the plastic plant, and they kind of lay in the cover on the hot spot. I do have cats, so they sit on that window perch and watch them. They haven't jumped on the cage yet, but they do love watching them. I put a huge water bowl because I thought I was going to feed them fish, but these guys are right on pinkies, and they're really hammering the pinkies. The male took a little longer to eat. He actually went probably about 10 days before he ate, but he shed. So I think he didn't eat because he was going to shed. He ate now. He shed, and he ate like crazy. So the water bowl, I had fish in there the first week, and the female, before I had this female, the red side female, was eating the fish. I missed the video yesterday. It was a good video too. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. But all 3 of them were swallowing pinkies at the same time. They were all looking up at me. I'll try to get it next time. And every couple of days, I just change that water dish out, and then I mist that moss real good, because my house is dry. It's winter here now. All the vents are open. I have 2 on this side, 2, and I think, there's 2 in the back. And the heating pad is on a thermostat. It's set at 87 degrees. So I want to keep them nice and warm because they're small, especially. They seem to want to eat every, 3 days or so. They'll come out cruising around, although I gave them big pinkies this time. You can see she's really puffed up. So she's really cool. She was the only garter snake at the at the reptile show. So my wife bought her immediately. My wife's having a great time with them too. She thinks they're neat. And we got a ball python, and she ate last night too. So that was a relief. We've had her for a week too. So I'm just getting started back in snakes, and I really wasn't sure how to set these guys up. So I wanted to just show everybody what I had. And I think mostly that you really need that halogen basking lamp or some sort of basking lamp. I had a 50 watt and it was too hot. Before I even put snakes in there, I was running it with the 50 watt. So that's why I switched to the LED just for light, but then there was no heat. So then I ordered 25 watts. So I got a million bulbs here basically. But I switched to the 25 watt and it seems perfect. When I hit that with the heat gun, that surface there is 95 degrees. So I think it's perfect. And I'm hoping they really can't get up to that cage. I don't know how warm that little cage is, but it doesn't seem to be a problem yet. Or it hasn't been. So if you're thinking about getting garter snakes, I highly recommend. They're super cool. I had king snakes before, and they didn't come out as much. And this little girl is newest, and she is like super friendly. So thank you to whoever the breeder was. I don't know who it was, but I don't think it was the guy we bought it from. He just seemed to have a whole bunch of different kind of snakes. So she's doing great, and she's really cool looking. She's not super black. She's got like checkers on her side, and the yellow is pretty nice. It's a bit orangey yellow, but she's super neat. I wish the red sides would come out. I'll have to put videos up of the red sides. But that's the little Santa Cruz. And I am hoping to breed them eventually. It's not like a thing, but I'm hoping to keep them long enough that they get full size and I can raise some young ones. I think that would be fun. The red side was just out, but they're a little more nervous. The breeder from the red side, he's got all kinds of garter snakes, so I don't think he spends as much time with them. See, he sees something moving, so he's coming to see what it is. Oh, it wouldn't focus. Probably because the glass is in the way. These guys always seem to want to eat. She should be full, and she's... Wish it would focus better. I think it's picking up the glass. But she's a curious little thing. But it is fun. You can watch them, and even the cats watch them. They don't seem to bother them. They're always out and about. Now they're full, so they're sitting in the basking. But 3 little snakes, 20 by 20. Basking light's about a foot off the basking spot. So I have multiple temperatures. They can go in between. There's a little hide in between. You probably can't see it. It's dark in there. And she's super cool. And I put a giant water dish for humidity. And that's the chipped up coconut bedding there. I think I'm going to go with bigger chips because they do seem to get a lot of that in their mouth. So I may switch to the larger chips. So that would be something I would change. But plenty of hides. There's a cold hide over there. They go in there. I don't know what the air temperature is in there. And I'm just guessing on the humidity. I just keep that moist, and there's not a lot of ventilation. And with the heat, the little one shed out, the male, pretty perfect. So I think the humidity's right on just with this setup. So I don't have anything checking the humidity. But just a little update.